what's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 41 of our Islanders Gym Mode. So, we're on to our second Eastern Conference Finals, this time against the Detroit Red Wings. I meant to show you guys the stats in the last episode, but I kind of sped through it by accident and didn't show it. So, let's show the player stats from last round. So, Dow Coley's got 17 and 12, so he looks like he might be a good potential player for the best player in the playoffs if we could get to that Stanley Cup final. Then there's Tavares, Strome, a lot of players picking up points in these playoffs. Dawson Holtz got 3 goals, but he's came through in the games that we could eliminate opponents, so that's big ones from him. And Soderstrom's starting to play better in these playoffs, which is great. He didn't play good in the first series, but he managed to come through with a pretty solid second series. And also, I also meant to show in the last episode, when I went up to show you guys the Detroit lines, the HL team got eliminated by a score of 4-3 in the series and that game. So our HL team won't make it farther than that this year, but at least we are on to the Eastern Conference Finals game. We're 8-4 so far in these playoffs. Detroit finished the season 48-27-7, so a lot better than us. But let's hope we could get to our second Stanley Cup Finals against either Anaheim or Dallas. Let's see. In Detroit, first period, and it's 1-0 us. Leon Draisaitl continues to have some good luck. He had a good last few games of that last year, so great trade acquisition for him. Second period, and it's 1-1 now. Lutton ties it up. Shots are around even. Let's see if we could have a great third period. Goaltending wise and defensively, both teams have been great. So it's basically anybody's series, or not anybody's series, anybody's third period, or anybody's game, whenever. Power play and we don't score, and there's a nice goal. Leon Draisaitl again, wow. Draisaitl's coming through with some clutch goals. So, and we're going to take game number 1, 2-1. Leon Draisaitl with a great game, with the only 2 goals for us from Princeton Velarde and from Sundstrom and Soderstrom. 5 goals now in the playoffs for Leon, and that's a huge way that helps us get on to this game number 1. It's a great first game for defensively and goaltending wise, and it looks like we have a chance now to take a 2-0 series lead if we could win in Detroit. If we can win both of the games, that would be huge. I'm not expecting us to necessarily, but it'd be nice. And then in the West, Dallas has got a 1-0 series lead on Anaheim. So that's just a little update for you guys. So game number 2, and wow, early on Radulov. First period, and it's still 1-0 for us. So 6-5 shots only. So not a lot of shots in that first period, but we managed to solve them once. So that's a pretty good first period, I guess, for us. Second period, and it's still 1-0 us. They're out shooting us 19-14, but Soderstrom's playing great now in these last 2 rounds. Let's see if he continues it in this third period. Power play. Long-ass power play. No dice, and Detroit's now got a power play. And they score. Whatever Pan is, the guy's name is. I don't remember his first name, but Pan ties it up. We're being outshot badly, but Soderstrom manages to keep us in it. Shot by like 10 shots now, and it's going to overtime. We either go up 2-0 or it's a tied series going back home. So let's go, boys. We've had good overtimes in the past in the last 3 rounds, and Ryan Pulock with an overtime winning goal. And despite being outshot by 10 shots, we win again 2-1 and are headed back home with a 2-0 series lead. Tavares is 10th from Dow Coley and Strome. From Strome and Savard. So Strome with 2 assists in that game, but Linus Soderstrom starting to play out like he did in the last few years, with a great performance in back-to-back games in these playoffs. And then actually he had a huge game to eliminate New Jersey last round. So we have a chance to take a 3-0 series lead on home ice. We're going to first send out our scout, though, to the QMJHL, since that's the only place we haven't scouted twice in Canada. And Dallas has a 2-0 series lead on Anaheim. So, but it's still anybody's series, really. But might be an Dallas and us Stanley Cup final. I obviously haven't looked at Dallas's roster in quite a while. Jamie Benn, I don't know, and Tyler Seguin, they might be going for one last chance at a cup. You never know. So, game number 3. Let's see if we can take a 3-0 stranglehold with a win on home ice. First period, and it's 1-1. Koklich for us. So Velarde's not having as good of a playoffs as last year, but definitely getting some goals when we need them. So good on him. Second period, and still 1-1 going into the third period. So Soderstrom's still playing very well in this series. He's only allowed he only allowed 1 goal in the last 2 games, and he's starting to play like that in this game as well. So third period underway. We have a power play early, but no dice, and then Koklich gets his second of the night, giving Detroit a 2-1 lead, their first 2-goal game of the series. So, and they're out shooting us by a lot again. Power play again for them, and it's a nice penalty kill. Another penalty kill, and we lose 2-1. So another 2-1 game, but this time in favor of them. So their goalie stole them a game. Soderstrom still gets first star though. So just our offense did not show up in that game, but we have a chance still to take a 3-1 series lead with another win on home ice. As long as we don't. Dallas has a 3-0 series lead on Anaheim, who swept Colorado. So maybe Dallas is going to sweep Anaheim into the Stanley Cup Finals. You never know. Come on, guys. I'm not changing up anything with our lines. Let's take a 3-1 series lead. First period, and it's 3-0 us. Savard, Strome, and Tavares. Basically all our veteran guys getting some goals. We're out shooting them 15-9. Second period, and it's 3-1 now. Scott Harrington gets them on the board, but Soderstrom's still playing very well. Third period, are we going to take a 3-1 series lead? Yeah, we probably are. Dal Coley scores, beating Andrei Pavlik, who's now in net. So Radulov just did not play good enough in that first period, so they changed goalies. So looks like, guys, we're going to take a 3-1 series lead, even though they just scored another one. So 4-2 finals. So our offense showed it up in that game, and our goaltending played great. So there's a look at the stats. Dal Coley, yeah, he's got 3 points in that game. He's definitely coming out in these playoffs in comparison to the regular season. So there's the 3 stars, our first line, pretty much. And now we have a chance to go on to the Stanley Cup Finals with a win here in Detroit. And let's see, Dallas has swept the Ducks, and Dallas is on to the Stanley Cup Finals. Wow. So Dallas making the Stanley Cup Finals, I think, for one of the first times in the... So, and our Islanders are 1 win away from the Stanley Cup Finals for the second time in 3 years, I think. Yeah, second time in 3 years, I believe. We won the President's Trophy last year. It's time to go back to the Stanley Cup Finals, guys. First period, and it's scoreless. 9-8, the shots in favor of us. Let's have a strong second period, guys. Second period, and they're up 2-0. Pat Young and Tyler Bertuzzi. 2 goals in less than a minute apart. Or almost a minute apart. Okay, let's have a strong third. We're out shooting them by 4 shots. We could still manage to get 2 goals, guys. In this third, if we are able to solve Radulov. If not, we have a chance to win on home ice. So that's not too bad, I guess. But there's a goal from Strome late. That's a huge one. Can we get another, though? And no, we can't. So it's another 2-1 game. And it's a 3-2 series lead for us now. 3 stars of that game are all Detroit Red Wings players. So not, I guess, as good of a game for Soderstrom, but we still have the series lead. So now we have a chance to end the series on home ice, guys. I think we need to do it tonight because I don't want to go back to Detroit for Game 7. I want to go on to that Stanley Cup Finals. That would be very nice, considering last year we won the Presidents. To make the Stanley Cup Finals twice and win a President's Trophy, it would be pretty successful last few years. So first period, and it's 1-0 Detroit. Pan again. We're out shooting them out 12-9. Let's have a good second period, guys. Second period, and it's 2-0 them again. Athanasiou. And we're down by 2 goals going into the third again. We're out shooting them though. Power play, no. Nothing there. Come on, guys. Oh, and it's 3-0 now. 3-0 now. Pat Young. Looks like we're going to a game 7. Despite being up 3-1. Looks like we're going to have a game 7 matchup. Yep. 3-0 final. We got a lot of shots, but we did not succeed, and our goalie did not play good. Their goalie did. So they managed to climb back into the series, and it's going to a game 7. Oh, this. Dallas eased their way into the Stanley Cup Finals against Anaheim. So let's see if we could pull off a good game 7 like we did last series, or last year, or well, against Columbus in round 1, I should be saying. So let's go, guys. Wait, I don't want to hold a team meeting though, because that doesn't really help usually. Come on, guys, game 7. I'm in this entire game. Hopefully we can get it done here. And look at that Sundstrom. Wow, a guy that we didn't really need to re-sign. He was just like the end of a 4th line depth kind of guy. Comes through with a huge goal in game 7 to give us a 1-0 lead. So it looks like our 4th line seems to come through always in game 7s, at least when Dawson Holt got that overtime winner before. So second period underway, we're out shooting them, and we have the 1-goal lead only. So let's just have a good defensive period again and good offensive maybe. If we can get some more goals, guys, that'd be good. And the shots are still actually pretty even too. And it's 1-0 going into the thirds for us. We were out shooting by 4 shots. So Soderstrom just play like you've been doing the last 2 periods. And offense, get maybe some insurance. And then we got this, guys. We got this. This is a dangerous third period. Only a 1-goal game. We're basically playing with fire. The only goal from Sundstrom still. Our 4th line centerman, I think. Oh my god, and Malmavara ties it up. Penalty kill. Huge penalty kill. And it's going to overtime. Oh my god. Oh, guys, this is nail biting. I'm going to intervene and we're going to watch overtime for something different. But it might take a while for a goal, so I might have to do like break this up into parts, but I'll let you guys watch overtime of game number 7. This is going to be nail biting. We're in Detroit too, so we don't got our crowd behind us. So I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm going to just turn up the volume.
If you're just with us, it's been a tremendous bit of hockey so far, and more to come. Underway in sudden death overtime. Let's see who gets the winner. Around through the corner, and the save there. Corral shifts to the backhand and shoots. Wow, what a glove save!
The goalie gave him the glove side, and he took it away. What a stop!
Solid, clean win. To Strome. Pitching it to Tavares. Nicely into the zone. Waits from the corner. Gets that pass. Doesn't have to move too much. Sets up Shaw. He's got it in deep. Good job with the poke check. On through the corner. 2 sticks together, it goes to the offense. Keeps it going up the wing. Into the end of attack. He's shaking loose on a nice fake. Oh, and he robbed it.
Fuck. And the Detroit Red Wings are headed to the Stanley Cup Finals. That was a fluke-ass fucking goal, and we're not going back to the Stanley Cup Finals, guys. So it's a Detroit and Dallas Stanley Cup Finals. That sucks ass. Holy shit. To lose in round number 3. I was hoping for us to get that overtime win, but sucks that we have to get eliminated. And yeah, to see them with the Prince of Wales, I think it is. Dylan Larkin's their captain. Oh, that bites a lot. God damn it. Detroit hasn't been to the Stanley Cup Finals since like 2008 though, or 2009. But yeah, the winning goal was such a fluke. I have to look back at that. See, like Danny DeKaiser just comes in with a slap shot, and then his puck bounces. Savard has it ricochet off of him right there, and it bounces down. And then Larkin takes that puck to captain. He goes for a wrist shot, but he gets Pulock gets in the way kind of it. And it's just a fluky shot, and it manages to squeak in. And we're not going to the next round, guys. We had a good year though. What team was our line was on the ice? Leon Draisaitl line. Oh, that really bites. There's the 3 stars. I don't think we deserve to have lost that game, but yeah, I guess that's the end of the season for us. Hopefully next year we get to that Stanley Cup Finals though. Didn't expect us to get eliminated there at all. Maybe I shouldn't have went into the simulation or the actual game. So let's just sim up to draft and see who retires and that sort of thing. Oh man, that sucks. Hopefully we don't lose anybody huge to retirement. So the Stanley Cup champions are the Detroit Red Wings. So we had lost to the best team in the NHL pretty much, and the Lee Valley Phantoms, who eliminated our AHL team, actually won the Calder Cup. So the 2 teams that eliminated our teams are champions. So 2024 Stanley Cup champions, the Detroit Red Wings. Here's a look at the awards for this year. So Stanley Cup, Detroit Red Wings. Tampa Bay Lightning got the President's Trophy after we won the Presidents. The Dallas Stars and the Detroit Red Wings, of course. So Luke Green, look at that Art Ross Trophy for the defenseman. That's crazy. Maxime Courtois gets the Hart. The Norris goes to Luke Green, of course. Lady Bean goes to Luke Green. Cascarente gets the Calder. Young gets the Conn Smythe. That's the guy who gets the most valuable in the playoffs. Vezina goes to Radulov, who's the Detroit goalie. That sucks. Gibson, the William M. Jennings. Masterton goes to Samuel Morin. Selke goes to McDavid for the 2nd year in a row. Comtois gets to Ted Lindsay, and the Richard goes to Line. So as you can see, a lot of Winnipeg Jets guys. So they're definitely on the upwards trend. Any of our AHL guys win. Suzuki, Hayter, anybody from us? Nope. Just a bunch of random other guys. But so now let's just sim up to the draft, see if there's any retirements. And yeah, then we'll see how that next episode will be, the draft again. So let's send out our scout to let's go back to Finland for 2 weeks, but whatever. And so here's a look at the draft lottery results. So Florida, Carolina, Calgary, Pittsburgh, Nashville are your top 5. And yeah, that's the rest of them too. So let's see, anybody retired on our team. So our team will probably be the same pretty much for next year. Goaltending, nobody retired. So good news for that. Let's see about the entire league. Hopefully McMillan's good for next season though. Maybe he'll propel us to a Stanley Cup. So Sidney Crosby decides to retire, guys, with 1,500 career points. That's a big retirement for Pittsburgh. Bobby Ryan also retired. Kyle Pozo. Brandon Dubinsky. Jordan Stahl. My boy Cam Atkinson decides to retire at 35 with 690 points in 956 games. So pretty good. JVR retired. Jack Broussard retired. Mike Green retiring after getting eliminated in first round. Martin Hansel, Josh Bailey, our former player. See, it's good that we got rid of him. He's an 80 only, or he was an 80. Nick Bonino also retired, another former player. Any other former players? Malcolm Carlson decides to retire the year after I traded him. I didn't even know he was going to retire after that, but retires with 334 points in 775 games. I guess I traded him right at the right time. And yeah, a bunch of other random players. Goaltending wise, any huge goalies retired this year? James Reimer retired, Jonas Enroth, Eddie Lack, Anders Nilsson, Anton Khudobin. Nobody huge, it looks like. So yeah, that's all the retirements pretty much for this season. So I guess looking at the forward for the draft, we might look for more wingers. I'm not 100% sure. Let's also quickly just check over the trading block, see who's available at the draft. Obviously, like I said, the draft will be next episode as always. So trading block, let's see if there's anything huge that could help us get farther next year. More prospects. Bergeron. And we'll also check progress reports, I guess, too. And it just looks like a bunch of prospects currently in draft picks, as usually it is. Yeah, it's mostly just picks. Wayne Simmons is up there still, but he's dropping off a lot. And Mrazek's still there. And Ehlers is still there, but I don't think we need Ehlers. And then Perreault actually didn't retire, and he's not that bad of an overall still for a 36-year-old. So maybe Matthew Perreault, I don't know. So yeah, let's just check the progress reports. And yeah, that would be it. So manage roster and progress reports. Let's see any growth during this entire season. So modified. So Gabriel Velarde actually is up to an 86 now. I didn't realize that. That's nice. So he's gone up by 9. Holt's actually grown. That AHL goalie, he's grown. Barzal doesn't look like any huge growth from our players though. Grellinger, where is he growing? In his poise. So yeah, Grellinger might not turn out to be anything more than 85. He's 25 now. Dominic Holt, still saying the same, but or Dawson Holt. Why did I call him Dominic Holt? I don't even know why. But yeah, so that's all that. Looks like some of our players grew for having a good playoff run. Goaltending. Holt Ronald Holt. Let's see, McMillan. Yep, he's up to an 82, guys. So he's definitely going to be probably our starter for next season. He's grown up by 13. Marcoux up to a 66, so maybe he's ready for the AHL, that guy. But yeah, damn, McMillan's definitely going to be our starting goalie, I think, next season. 82, he could be up to an 85 for the start of next season, maybe. So that's great. And then Gore's up to a 76, so the left wing grinder, top 6 guy. He's going to be maybe ready for the NHL next season. There's also Lucas Braun, Shing. All these guys are starting to grow, which is nice. Grimes is up to an 80, so Grimes is probably going to play on the NHL team next year, and we might get rid of Sundstrom, say example, and then Grimes could take his spot. Welsh is not. Cold Day hasn't grown much, etc. like that. So, yeah, that's all the player growth. So, definitely excited about McMillan, because he did have a good regular season with us, even though he was an 80. So next year he's going to be even better. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys, for this episode. So sucks that we didn't get to the Stanley Cup final. But then again, there's next year always. So thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll see you.